It is 6:01 on Monday, May 2nd, 2022. This is the Executive Committee meeting of Northwest San Pedro Neighborhood Council.
Just FYI, I have to bug out because I wish I could be at two places at once, but at 6:30, I have to jump over for the EVG working group for the hybrid thing. I've been called to be on that again for the continuation of it. And so they're meeting at 6:30 tonight.
Okay, and I also have to get off at 6:30, although I can get back on mobile. I just have to go get in the car. So
that sounds like we need to be efficient then. I'm in huge favor of that. Let's be efficient.
Yeah, it's like
Yep.
I think we need to end by 6:30.
let's just hammer it out.
Let's just get it done. I already gave Vic all the stuff I needed. The
Well,
SLO Christian is going to be at the meeting this month.
The what?
Okay, good.
The new SLO.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
Is this Ike?
No,
Well, you've only
Paul Ulmer.
Ulmer.
given me the normal two, but the other ones we have to wait until the meeting
Right.
on Wednesday. Okay.
But you know what they'll be. I told you just one request for funding and that's it.
Well, but I still need all the official wording.
I know.
Okay.
And okay, so we've got the MER in the budget.
And then the presentation, basically the 2-minute per whoever shows up for the MPG grants, just to say they get 2 minutes to talk about them getting the grant, that they're the awardees.
Right. I've got an item on the agenda for, in the presentations item for 2 minutes per awardee. So that's what's there now. If you want, I can bring it up. Actually, I do want to bring it up for something else. But as far as the first item on the agenda here, we still do not have even draft minutes yet because the person who did them
Was lame.
was not, the result was not at all acceptable. And we're still trying to get a hold of the boss who said he was going to do them because there were so many mistakes. But he's been incognito for 4 days.
And I've called him.
I've emailed him. I'm getting up to 3 per day, 1 in the morning, 1 at noon, and 1 in the evening, and nothing. So I'm not sure what's going on, but right, here we go. Come on.
Is this a contract that is like given to us? We didn't hire them directly, did we?
We hire them. We have a choice of 3
okay.
different contracting offices.
Oh, we have a choice
And
of the list.
Apple, the Lloyd Staffing, and then this other one that Terrence Holmes runs.
Okay.
and-
How difficult is it to
Yeah.
switch horses?
Well, the problem is Lloyd Staffing and Apple, I reached out to all 3 of them to get staffed. And Lloyd Staffing and Apple said they had nobody interested in doing ours in Harbor area because they were too far away. When
Oh.
meetings started in real time, they
Oh,
could
right,
not
right, right.
attend. So there was no interest whatsoever. So then Terrence had Lydia initially, and then it was Gina that are all local Harbor people. And then Gina's gotten caught up with work. So she had this girl, Samantha, that's a student, do on this last meeting, but I haven't confirmed it, but my suspicion is she's never done them before.
Okay, so that was going to be my next question was they have been changing because I didn't pay enough attention I just assumed it had been the same person this whole time, but it hasn't been.
No.
Okay.
Gina was several times that we had her.
Right, and that's why I assumed it
She
was.
makes a couple of mistakes, but she's good about fixing them and getting them back to us. But this time has been like a total bleh, bomb. It's horrible. Her mistakes were, and then when she's told to correct certain things, like she had Zach Octaviano as Octaviano's name.
Yeah, that's just.
And
And
We told her to correct it, and it came back the minutes that she wanted to be final with that still there, and many other things that she was supposed to correct.
yeah, that's not viable.
So that's why in the consent calendar, the minutes are highlighted right now,
Okay,
because we may not have them for this next meeting. We may have to wait for the June meeting to officially approve them. We'll see.
okay.
I mean, I won't leave this highlighted on whatever the agenda turns out to look like, but that's why
The
it's highlighted here.
The alternative is Vic could finish them and fix them, but the thing is, they're gonna still get paid for them. They get paid.
Yeah.
So he shouldn't have to fix them if they're getting paid anyway
Of
still.
course not. No, and he's not.
Well,
getting-
plus at this point, I have to wait till the weekend, so I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, and that's if-
Anyway,
even if, and there
That's
would-
their job,
right? There should be no assumption that you would do that anyway. Like that's just kind of
right?
not really on the menu.
So that's why it's highlighted, because it's iffy whether we'll have them for this meeting. The ones up above, just to save a little bit, and it's like one line of space, I was thinking of combining the public officials and the first responders report, and then have elected and government official representatives as A and public safety reps as B.
That's a good idea.
It makes sense. They all are from public agencies. So
Because we, they
Yeah.
go one after the other anyway.
right.
Yeah,
So that's why. All right, well, if it works, up. I will fix the wording, but I just wanted to move it up there now so we can. There. And I'll put the and stuff like that, but
yeah, I see no reason for that not to be that way.
I mean, it doesn't save a lot of space, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, less is less.
Yep,
now why is this?
your margins.
Well, I'll fix it later if I remember, and if not, then it's at least close enough. The only motions we have right now that I know for sure are the obvious budget and finance ones. Christian, did you get a response from Diana about whether we need the motion that she emailed us?
Yeah, let's put the motion on, but I think I will also request the extension as a personal. I'm not going to say that I'm doing it with the authority of the council, but I'll just request for the extension now anyway.
Well, because didn't we, what was the motion that we passed as far as you being able to,
That he can do it without the board intervening
right, but was that for anything, or was that
Yeah.
only for certain things?
for extensions.
Yeah, so,
Oh, right.
and because this was for the housing element.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be approved by the board, Christian. We approved that you could just do it at the request of a committee.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll do it then. I'll do it right after this. I'll ask her who I need to request the extension to, and then I'll do that.
Yeah, just, if she hasn't responded yet, make sure that she does respond one way or the other, so we know whether we need the motion here. Maybe there's some exception that makes it so you can't without a motion, but
Christian,
I think
this-
we
Yeah, well, I
already
don't-
covered that, so you wouldn't have to worry about it.
Christian,
Yeah, why don't we
FYI
say
too. Whoops. FYI on
ahead.
the air monitor thing.
Uh-huh.
The city clerk's holding it up for me to be able to purchase those things. I told you it was
Okay.
gonna be a
I think
problem.
that's what we all expected, right?
Huh?
I think we all expected that to happen. That's
It's
kind
at
of what
the
I
ci- it's
expected
at
to
the
happen.
It's at the city attorney's office now.
Okay.
And she told me last conversation I had with her 2 days ago was I needed to hold off buying them. And she
Okay.
let me know.
Well, in the case of the extension, I'm going to request for the extension, and then if for some reason Diana cites some law or something where I can't do it, then we will put it on the agenda. How about that?
So
Okay.
leave it off for now.
Yeah, let's leave it off for now. Yes.
There we go. Okay. And then since Port didn't have a meeting, I'm assuming there's not going to be a report, right?
Yes, I asked everyone if they wanted to have a meeting, and then they didn't say they wanted to have a meeting. So since Pat
Okay, so I mean, I'll just leave that no report in there. And then for the officer elections, I moved the bylaws up since I don't know of any reports for anybody else that need to take precedence. So
okay.
I have that as the fourth item under the committee reports. Do you want to have that under committee reports, or do you want to move that up to a separate item early in the meeting?
Well, it's not an action item right now. It's just reminding people that elections are in June.
Right.
Yeah, I think it can stay as the report.
Okay. That's fine. But other than that, it's kind of the same as usual.
Yeah.
Do we still want homelessness liaison at the beginning?
Do
I
we
would
need-
think. I think Laurie did it both times, and I think they were good reports. But if we want to move it back, I think we could move it back. I don't know. I think it might be. Is it going to be a longer one because of the NPGs, or will it be shorter because we're focusing on the NPGs and not anything else in terms of the duration?
What, for a presentation?
For
There's-
total
there's-
time of the meeting.
Right, well, there's 8 of them and they get 2 minutes apiece. But not all 8 are coming.
Oh,
So
Like
that's
7 of them.
so that's essentially a little bit less than the same amount of time as a normal presentation.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. I mean, no one objected to having the homelessness liaison at the beginning, so I think it's important. I think we should keep it there.
And especially with this new ordinance of 4118, there may be a lot that Lori has to say.
well,
with
it is, I mean,
regards-
you know, we keep in a lot, in so many different fora, people keep on talking about what a high priority it is. It is something that, you know, despite what comes and goes from our agenda from month to month, this is a pressing community issue all the time. So we might as well, you know, leave it there until the situation improves. Or until she doesn't have anything to add.
Well, if you didn't hear, it's 6:15. My computer just told us.
Oh,
But that's okay, then I'll leave it up there. I just wanted to check. I agree. Nobody has complained about it, so. So the only motions right now are the usual budget ones. Unless,
oh,
well, and then of course, after the budget and finance committee meeting on Wednesday, we'll have at least one more probably.
oh, right. That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. Yeah, the event stuff goes under budget, right?
Yep,
Okay.
event stuff will come under budget, and then you can talk about it if anybody has any questions.
Okay, yeah, that's the only other thing we had to, from Youth and Outreach.
And I don't know of any other like high priority reports or anything, so I just, like I said, I moved the bylaws up because of the election, and then I left the rest as they are.
And in order, Chris, to submit that event to city clerk,
Oh, the art.
after we vote on it, I have to have the flyer.
Okay, yeah, I will
And I'm
work on
gonna
that.
have to talk to you to tweak your budget just a little bit, because we have to list what food we're buying.
Okay,
So we have to have a number there, kind of.
like how specific does the item have to be?
Like prepackaged popcorn or propolis or something. It just,
Okay, yeah,
just to
that's
let
good.
them know it's prepackaged stuff we're buying.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Cause I know she's gonna gig that if she sees we're buying food and it's
Yeah.
still like COVID-like stuff and
Well, it's interesting when they choose and how they choose to get super interested and worried about the details, and other times when it's,
I know.
yeah, just, how, it depends on how boring the office is that day. Maybe they'll come after us. But that's also not a problem. I would expect that they'd want some detail, so that's good.
So anything else?
That really covers it for me, I think.
I think that covers it. There's really, this is gonna be a knock on wood. Where's the wood here? This should be a pretty simple meeting this time. I mean, there's not a lot. I have a pretty interesting public safety report, but other than that, to get to.
Oh, speaking of reports, the Hank, what's, I know
There
it's
is
quarterly,
Hank.
but,
I have to go to Hank Wednesday night.
okay, so that's also this
Yeah.
time, okay. Oh, what was the other thing? Yeah, okay.
And CPAB I went to, so I have a report for that.
Oh, I know. For the NPG presentations, it's strictly them talking to us, not Q&A, right?
Right, it's just them saying, thank you.
Okay,
Introducing the ones that got and taught. I told them specifically to say who you are, what you're doing, what you do, and thank you so much for the grant.
okay, then I'm gonna add no Q&A to the line item for that. Because otherwise we may end up getting questions that'll extend it for longer.
And Assistance League, I've got to reach out to them because we finally got that they were approved.
I saw that.
After all that craziness and Christian had to sign the vote.
Yeah, I remember.
But they sat on it a week before they let me know that I needed to do that instead. I mean, hello.
Yeah,
Well-
again, sometimes it seems like they're just on you like a hawk, and other times it can't be bothered, and it's frustrating not to be able to predict.
Yep. Okay, then unless there's something else, anything anybody knows of, then I think we're done.
Yeah.
All right.
Because and I think as far as reports go too, I'm not sure who even had committee meetings. I'm not sure that Gwen had a sustainability meeting. And Issues was really a brief meeting that they had.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I've got a brief report, but it's going to be mostly covered in budget anyway. So
If I remember right, I think you're right. I think the sustainability got canceled at the last minute or something.
Because I think she was out of town. I don't think there was one. But I think we need to stick to, she doesn't do a report if she doesn't have a meeting. We need to stick to that and not allow reports if you don't have a meeting.
yeah, I thought that
Or
was
if she doesn't post a report, a minute, minutes.
yeah. If you don't, and that's what I thought the assumption was, that if you don't have a meeting and therefore there are no minutes, there would be nothing to report because nothing officially
But
happened.
sometimes she just goes on and starts talking about this and that and this and that when there's no meeting that occurred.
Well, then that should just be something for whoever the chair is at the time. We just have to kind of reiterate that. But that's not a problem, other than us being used to it. It's something we can change.
Yeah, I think that the appropriate place for her to talk about that stuff is during public comment, and then we can give her 2 minutes, right?
Yeah, that would be fine.
Right, that would
Yeah.
be fine. But to take up a committee report time when she didn't have a meeting, is
Yeah.
inappropriate and disrespectful to the other people that are having their meetings.
Yeah, she didn't.
Well, and again, there just shouldn't be that much to talk about if you didn't have a meeting. So why would it take more than 2 minutes anyway?
So should I put the no report for her too?
Yep.
Yeah, put that. It's good if it's just there in print, and it's less to discuss.
Yeah, I think the others did. I know community issues did.
Bylaws.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure I started planning and land use, so that one, and
Issues did, she didn't, port committee didn't, and then the other ones are liaison things like pink and
right.
all that.
So I think the only two committees that didn't are sustainability and port.
And
I
I
think the others
attended
did.
youth and outreach and it started that one, so.
And do we have anything for an executive committee report? Does it need to be there?
I don't think we really have a report this time.
Yeah, all we have is the agenda.
I would take that off too then.
Okay, it is gone.
Nobody's here requesting anything or anything this
Yeah.
time, so.
Yeah, nobody in attendees who's wanting something. So
I think we're good. I think
yeah, I
we're
think that's
good.
it.
All right.
Awesome. This should be an easy one, Christian, this meeting.
Don't say that.
Jinx it.
Knock on wood.
Don't say that.
Just leaving the door open.
Real
Well,
quick, let's break a leg. Let's
yeah.
break.
Yeah.
Let's break an arm.
Murphy's gonna hear you.
All right. Well, can we entertain a motion to adjourn then?
So
I moved.
moved.
And
Or I second then.
okay. So moved by Vic, seconded by Melanie. Is anyone opposed to?
Does anyone
adjournment at this point?
Does anyone approve?
Yeah. Okay. Well, hearing none, it's 6:24 and 30 seconds, and that's it.
Awesome.
If
Alrighty,
I don't talk to anybody between now and next Monday, then have a good week. Otherwise, let
you too.
me know if anything comes up.
Alrighty, thank you.
See y'all.